Fallen from grace. The Watchers and the Origins of Evil. A dive into the mysterious world of fallen angels, drawing primarily from the ancient book of Enoch, while touching on biblical references and other apocryphal texts like the Book of Jubilees. These books reveal how celestial beings rebelled, brought forbidden knowledge to humanity, and set the stage for divine judgment. Let's uncover the secrets that have influenced religion, mythology, and culture for millennia. The Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch is an ancient Jewish text attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, who walked with God according to Genesis. Composed between 300 and 100 BCE during the Second Temple period, it's not part of the canonical Bible for most Christians or Jews, but was highly regarded in early Judaism and Christianity. Fragments were discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it's quoted in the New Testament books of Jude and 2 Peter, showing its influence. This book is a collection of visions, parable, and astronomical insights, but its most gripping section is the Book of the Watchers, in chapters 1 to 36, which details the fall of angels and the origins of demons and giants. This narrative expands on brief biblical hints, explaining why evil proliferated on earth and why God sent the Great Flood. The story of the Watchers. In the days of Jared, Enoch's father, 200 angels known as the Watchers, tasked with overseeing humanity, descended to earth on Mount Hermon, in BC 2058, led by Semjaza. They swore a binding oath to defy God's will by taking human women as wives, driven by lust and rebellion. This union produced the Nephilim, enormous giants standing up to 300 ells tall, about 450 feet in some interpretations, who became violent tyrants, consuming resources, turning to cannibalism, and wreaking havoc on creation. But the Watchers didn't stop at procreation. They taught humanity forbidden heavenly secrets, corrupting the world further. Azazel, a key leader, instructed people in metallurgy for weapons and jewelry, as well as cosmetics to enhance beauty, skills that fueled war, vanity, and idolatry. Semjaza taught enchantments and herbal magic. Kokabel revealed astrology. Ezekiel cloud signs, and Shamsiel the movements of the sun. Early Christians saw these as dark arts leading to sin, though modern views might interpret them as early science. Some call them aliens who taught the world first secrets. The earth cried out from the bloodshed and injustice. God, witnessing the chaos, commanded archangels like Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to intervene. Raphael bound Azazel in a dark desert pit, covering him with rocks so he could see no light. Michael imprisoned Semjaza and the others in earthly valleys for 70 generations until final judgment in Tartarus, a hellish abyss. The Nephilim were doomed to slaughter each other, and their disembodied spirits became demons, roaming the earth in rage, to tempt humanity. This corruption, blamed largely on Azazel for all sin, necessitated the flood to cleanse the world, sparing only Noah and his family. Figures among the fallen. Semjaza, often spelled Shemihoza, was the chief instigator, rallying the Watchers in their oath. Azazel stands out for his teachings on warfare and adornment, making him a symbol of imparted evil. Some traditions link him to the scapegoat ritual in Leviticus 16. Other named watchers include Amaro's enchantments, Berekegel astrology, and serial moon knowledge. Their punishment was harsher than Adam and Eve's because, as immortal beings, their betrayal introduced irreversible cosmic disorder. In contrast, Enoch received authorized heavenly knowledge from Uriel about stars and seasons, promoting righteousness rather than sin. Fallen angels in other sources. The Book of Enoch builds on Genesis 6, 1-4, where the sons of God, Bani Elohim, mate with daughters of men, producing Nephilim, known by many as fallen angels. New Testament echoes include Jude 1:6, which mentions angels who left their domain and are chained in darkness for judgment, and 2 Peter 2:4, referencing their casting into hell. In the Book of Jubilees, another apocryphal text from around 160–150 BC, the Watchers are angels who descended to teach humanity, but fell into sin by marrying women, often daughters of Cain. Their giant offspring, the Nephilim and Eliud, were wiped out in the flood, but God permitted 10% of their spirits to remain as demons to test mankind. Jubilees draws heavily from Enoch's Book of Watchers, emphasizing how these spirits cause disease and evil. Other apocrypha and pseudepigrapha, like Qumran texts from the Dead Sea Scrolls, describe these bastard spirits as sources of moral corruption. In broader traditions, Lucifer from Isaiah 14:12 is seen as a fallen angel, symbolizing prideful rebellion. Though not directly tied to Enoch's watchers, Islamic sources mention Iblis, a jinn who refused to bow to Adam, but he's not an angel in the same sense. A lasting influence. These tales shaped demonology, explaining evil's origins and promising ultimate justice. They influenced early church fathers, medieval art, and even pop culture in films like Noah or games like Darksiders. Yet, they remind us of themes like hubris, forbidden knowledge, and redemption. The Book of Enoch warns that unchecked desires lead to downfall for angels and humans alike. Thank you for joining this journey into ancient mysteries. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Until next time, let us keep questioning the stars.